but I see his car, and I look at it and I'm like, yo, is he here? And she was like, yeah. And like I look at her closer, shorty was like, had a little bit of sweat on her. Like it's cold outside, why you sweating? Her hair was all her weave, her wig or whatever you want to call it. It was all disheveled and shit. And I'm like, yo, he was in there clapping cheeks. What's good, everybody? It's boy Hood Philosopher back in another video, and today I got a little bit of a story time for you guys. So I'm sitting back on the couch and I'm gonna tell you a little story about how I decided I did not want to be a simp anymore.
SIMP. Pronunciation? SIMP. Using the sentence, nigga, use a SIMP.
So about 4 years ago, I was dating a girl, and for the story's sake and to keep everybody's identity safe, we're just gonna call her E. Alright, so me and E met, and we hit things off pretty good. She ended up being my girlfriend. We started dating for about a good 4 months or so. And then at the time, I was kind of living in a complicated situation. I may or may not have been living with my ex at the time. So she felt a little uncomfortable about that, and she wanted to break up. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we break up, and I get a text from my homeboy. My homeboy texts me, and he's like, hey, do you know this girl? I just met her on POF. If y'all know what POF was like the thing that was popping back then. Like, I think this was about 2016 or something like that. POF was popping, all right? POF was Tinder before Tinder became a thing, and now POF likes to rip off Tinder. But POF was jumping back then. It's like an old head thing now, but back then that was our thing. Kind of like how Facebook is compared to like Twitter, Instagram, and all that, right? So he hits me up and is like, hey, is it cool if I talk to this girl? And mind you, we legit just broke up on like a Tuesday, and this dude texts me on a Friday. I'm like, you know what? I'm good off of that. It's whatever. So I want to say maybe the next Monday or something like that. I was in my simpish ways. I hit her up, and I'm like, yo, like, let's talk things through. Because when we broke up, I was kind of like, it is what it is. But let's talk things through. Can I drive up there to meet you? Mind you, I lived out in this like random podunk town, like, because I was stationed at a military base up there. And like legit, there was nothing up there. So I lived out in this crazy random part of town. So I lived about 30 minutes away from where she went to college. So I drive all the way over to her college dorm. It's in the middle of winter. It's cold as hell. And I park outside. I'm like, hey, yo, you want to come down? Let's talk. Because I couldn't just walk into her college dorm. So she comes out, and I got my simpish, let's work it out. Like, I want to make sure I get out of that situation with my ex. And I'm gonna work through this, what I gotta do to get you back, all this other stuff. And meanwhile, Shawty's kind of like leaning on a car, and she has like this confidence in her, like, and this girl was kind of like, she was real low key, like, kind of like, she wasn't really sure of herself yet, but like, she was just kind of leaning on my car in like this real confident way. And then I'm like, yo, why is she like she was smacking her gum, everything, like she was just like this bad chick. And I'm just like, yo, what's she doing all that for? And then I look ahead of me and I see my homeboy's car. And like, it's not like he wasn't like the homeboy, it was just somebody I worked with, somebody that I knew. We hung out a few times, whatever. But I see his car and I look at it and I'm like, yo, is he here? And she was like, yeah. And like, I look at her closer, shorty was like, had a little bit of sweat on her. Like, it's cold outside, why you sweating? Her hair was all her weave, her wig or whatever you want to call it. It was all disheveled and shit. And I'm like, yo, he was in there clapping cheeks. And y'all just met like 2 days ago. And I'm like, hold on, shawty, we just broke up. Maybe like not even a week ago, and you up there getting your cheeks clapped. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, all right, I'll take that L. Shawty like leaning up. I'm like, is his homeboy there? And she like, yeah, he up there. I'm like, all right, I'll take that L. After I just, gave her my simp speech about, how we should work things out. And, I leave. I'm hurt. As you can imagine, I'm hurt. I'm like, all right, whatever. Now I'll just take my L. So I want to say maybe probably the following weekend, I think that was on a Tuesday, following weekend, I get a call. And Guess who it is? It's E. So E called me. She's calling me all hysterical and stuff like, oh my gosh, can you come get me? Blah 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 blah. So where I lived, the base right outside the base wasn't all that built up, but they did have a Walmart. Like you ever live in the middle of nowhere? That's the main thing they got is a Walmart. And I stayed. That Walmart was the only Walmart that I could go to, even though I stayed out on the other side of the base. But the base was closest to that Walmart. So she's like, yo, can you get me? Because I'm kind of like in your neighborhood or whatever. I'm like, all right, I'll come get you. So I pull up to pick her up, and this is another L. This is another L that I took, and this is the last L I took before I decided I was never gonna be a simp again. Okay, so I pick her up, and she's all hysterical and crying and all this other stuff, and I'm like, yo, like what happened? So homeboy that was messing with her, he stayed in those apartments right behind the Walmart. And basically, she told me they was having a situation, they was getting down, and one thing led to another. Something happened to some protection, and Shawty had to get a plan B. So she went to Walmart, and I guess they got into it over who was gonna buy it and all this other stuff. So yes, naturally she called me all hysterical and stuff for me to pick her up, and my dumb ass did. So I'm in the car. Shawty just got a cheeks clap again. And I'm in the car, we're talking, and she's like, oh my gosh, like, you never treated me that way, like, I don't know what to do, blah, 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 blah. And like, my simp ass was just eating it up. I was just eating it up, like, just thinking in my head, like, what can I do, like, to, make the situation better and all this other stuff in my simpish ways. I was tripping. So, I drive Shawty home or whatever, and then, like, Shawty's like, oh my gosh, thank you, like, blah, blah, I don't know how I haven't left you, all this other stuff. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And Shawty looked like she wanted to kiss me on the cheek. I'm like, hold up now, big breath. Chill out. We ain't about to do that. So I let her go. And then, naturally she blowing up my phone the next day, like, like, what's up? Like, let me hang out, all this other stuff. So, peep this. So this whole time that, we have broken up, whatever, I hop back on the POF too. Alright? That was the popping app at the time. I hopped back on the POF. I was on there. And I met somebody too. It actually ended up being my ex-girlfriend that I ended up dating for 2 years. And I ended up meeting her or whatever. And so Shawty was hitting me up, and she was like, hey, like, come through. Come through, like, hit it one time. I'm like, all right, I'll go ahead and do that. So she was like, okay, we'll set it up. We meet up at 10 o'clock. But mind you, this is a mission. I gotta drive 30 minutes just to go to her spot. So she like hit me up, she's like, you coming? I'm like, yeah, I'm coming. Then in my head, I'm like, this is a major L. You mean to tell me that we broke up, you smashed the homie, I picked you up at the homie's crib, and you want me to come through and drop off the D? Yeah, I don't know about that. So I just ghosted her the rest of the night, and she hit me up, she was like, hey, what happened? I'm like, oh, I got busy, whatever. She was like, all right. And she's like, maybe we can do it Saturday night, the next night or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. So, middle of this, I had a date set up. So I went on a date with Shawty, posted the date on Snapchat. Homegirl followed me on Snapchat, let her know. And I never talked to her again, man. And that's the day I learned how to put aside my selfish ways. And I'm making a clear distinction here. You have a woman that's loyal. If you guys are loyal to each other in a relationship, love your girl to the moon and back, especially if she deserves it. But don't put out 150% for anybody. This goes man or woman. 150% to someone that's giving you 20%. A lot of people do that. Like, a lot of people go out the ways to try to impress somebody. When someone is feeling you the same way that you're feeling them, you're both at 100%. You don't gotta do all that, man. So don't be a simp. Don't be a pick-me for the ladies out there. Just make sure that when you're with somebody and you're choosing somebody, that is 100% both ways. That's what a relationship is about. Don't want to be out here looking crazy like I did. So that's my little story time, man, with Hood Philosopher. I appreciate you guys watching, and as always, y'all have a blessed day.